This is Jimmy KendriX. We in the Bronx. You know who I am. Producer for Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Ja Rule, Ashanti, Tupac, yada, yada, yada. You already know. Grind Season Radio. Thank you. My boy Vade. That's family. That's work, man. You already know.
It's the Grind Season Show, you stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah. Just as I promised y'all, Jimmy KendriX is in the building. When I tell you legend, this is going to be legendary because he's a legend. And I have the honor to call this man my family.
Yes, sir.
It's just,
yes, sir.
Like, this is crazy. But he is here in the motherfucking building, man. Jimmy, what's up, bro?
What's good, family?
Yo, thank you for coming.
Overdue,
like,
man.
It's an honor to have you here. Like,
come
for
on,
real.
Man. Stop it.
Nah, for real. Like, as me being a hip hop baby, like, it's an honor to have you here. And maybe in the middle of this interview, all the listeners, y'all will understand why I'm saying that. Because the caliber of producer he is, he's not. See, I'm a beat maker. I'm not a producer yet.
You producer.
This man is.
You put your 10,000 hours in already, my nigga.
I made Royal Flush's album.
See?
I'm there, right? I made Roy Flush's album.
Shout out to my nigga Flush, man.
I'm gonna see Flush this weekend. Actually,
keep
Flush is in
our prayers,
Atlanta right now.
boy.
They have it's Queens Week in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's big. That's big out there.
It's Queens
It's
Week.
Raw Flush. It's
That's big out there.
Yeah, he already hit me because he's coming to Queen in the Ring on Saturday.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so shout to Royal Flush, like, you know, another. Yeah, they be seeing me interview certain people, and I get in fan mode because this shit they don't understand.
If you know, you know.
It's legendary here, man.
Yes.
What's up, man? How was the ride up here?
It's actually smooth. I thought it was gonna be like stuck in traffic. Sometimes when I take my daughter to the babysitters, to her grandmother, the traffic be like hell to get up here. But then later on in the day, it becomes a little more smoother.
Depends where you come from. Queens.
Yeah.
What part of Queens?
Jamaica Estates.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
We from the Bronx. We consider that deep.
Oh, got you.
Like that's like going towards Long Island, right?
Yeah.
But
Not
on a
too
late
far.
night, it's a little more smooth. Like
Yeah, the ride is smooth, especially if you go over that bridge. Whitestone Bridge or Throgs Neck.
Throgs Neck, yeah.
Throgs Neck.
Throgs Neck bring you here faster.
Yeah.
It comes from the.
Yeah, get me here in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, which ain't bad, really.
Yo, how's life treating you, man?
Well, I mean, life is good, man. I can't complain, man. My family's okay. I'm alive. My friends and family are alive. They're doing good, so I can't really complain, man. You know, it is what it is. I don't do a lot of interviews.
I know that. I already know.
I don't do a lot of that. People rarely do people have a lot of content on me, especially recently. So I pick and choose who I do interviews with. So when you told me, I was like, nigga, you know what it is. Like, I'm out.
But like I said, it's legend. Like I tell y'all, legends only, and it has to make sense. Because people want to pay money for interviews and all that, and it doesn't make sense for me. Like, and it's not that it doesn't make sense for me because we all love money, but when I'm rebranding my radio show.
Yeah.
So I have like SNS up here. I have Vina Love up here.
Okay.
I have who else I had up here?
Vina Love. That's what's up.
I have Royal Flush up here.
That's
I
my
got
nigga.
Jimmy KendriX
That's
up
family
here.
right there.
I mean, Mo Dub. You heard of Mo Dub?
Yeah.
I have Mo Dub up here.
Okay.
See, it's like it has to be making. Huh? Hattie Rax was up here.
That's family.
Yeah.
That's the family right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Hattie Rax. Got that new record he got out.
Yeah.
Tough.
Who else?
Shout out to the whole family.
Oh yeah. So you see like how I'm going with it?
Yeah.
So it's like imagine me taking $200-300 to interview somebody. So it goes like this.
Yeah.
Then it goes like this.
Right.
So it's like sometimes it's not all money ain't good money.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
also the quality of people makes a big difference too.
Yeah.
A lot of people that you name, you're not gonna see them on one platform.
Nah. And then people be like, you know, like, yo, you could get them on my show over here, over there. And I'm like, oh, I had Shy, met the man's daughter up here.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah, Shy's my homie and shit. Like
Lucky Banks up here.
Lucky Banks was here.
Okay, Banks.
Like Lucky, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. So like, you know, like that's. But anyway,
Banks, holla at me. I want some joints, man.
I'm gonna go down the list.
That's
and if
crazy.
I tried to nail everybody, and I'm gonna name some names that some of y'all might not know, but just do your homework. Mona Lisa, she was the first one with the locks on a joint.
Yes, hell yeah, Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa,
Yeah,
Ja Rule, Fat Joe, Ashanti, Lil' Kim, Bone Thugs, Jay-Z, Patti LaBelle, Tupac, Shine, R. Kelly, Mike Geronimo, Raekwon, RZA, AZ, Papoose, Foxy, Lil' Kim, Heavy
crazy.
D, Ace Hood, Ray J, Swiss Beats, Bow Wow. Did I miss anybody? Tupac.
I mean, this few, but it don't matter.
Tupac. That
Don't matter.
you see how I said that, y'all? Listen back.
It's my brother, man.
Legendary. This is an honor to have him up here.
Come on, man. We here at the legendary Vague House, man. Stop playing.
Now, I said that to say this, right? I know a bunch of producers, right? 2 records, maybe a plaque. And they act so arrogant. And you got multiple plaques and you still are so humble and so like you always giving off love. Like, what keeps you grounded?
I think the fact that it was never about none of that from the beginning. It was just more about the music, just being able to do what I love. You know, and I was born into the shit, like church.
I got that.
Playing drums as a kid. My mom was a big gospel singer. My dad was a bass player. All my brothers played instruments. We all sung. So also my god sister's Kelly Price. So
wow, Kelly Price too on the resume.
So when we wasn't in church, we was in the studio with her when she was around Bad Boy. So we saw a lot of shit.
Y'all go look up Kelly Price too. She got joints with Puff, Jay-Z, Biggie,
super dope. Hell yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Had her deal with Def Jam.
She had Kelly Price is a legend too. Kelly Price.
Platinum. Yeah, she's dope. It's my sis.
I made a comment the other day on social media, right? I just want your take on this, right? And I'm allowed to get offended because it's only my opinion that's getting offended, everybody. So it's not like what I say is it. I'm not that person that, what I say is that's what's happening, right? So JT posts a post with a gold plaque. And she said, I got 4 billion streams and I got my gold plaque. Now, what I said was, if this was the original era of selling records to get your plaque, you had to sell 500,000 units
That's gold.
to go gold. So which means, people listen to me, which means that people had to go to the store and purchase 500,000 tapes or CDs or however.
Hell yeah.
How do you feel about an artist getting 4 billion streams and just getting a gold plaque?
I mean, I'm happy for them, but
I'm not.
Back in the day, we sold records. Like, that's how we got our plaques. We sold 3 million, 7 million, 500,000 here, a million here.
3 million, 7 million.
I mean, I'm just thinking about some of the artists, but we sold records. Like, 1 billion streams is not going to give you no money. As you can see, a lot of streaming companies are shutting down. Spotify went up. They went up almost 60% in revenue. Recently.
The stocks.
The
stocks
just
were
recently.
only $40 a stock.
Yeah.
And now they went up to like
300 and something.
People should have tapped in.
They're
I was gonna
killing
buy
it
them.
now.
I was gonna buy some stocks into there. I was gonna buy like maybe 500-600 in stock, but then I was like, Then 2 days later, them shits is 2 something.
Oh man, I hate when that happens. That's also like when I do FanDuel. So shout out to FanDuel. But it'll never equate to the era where we come from, where you had to sell some records and some units.
Do you think that, okay, if it was still CDs, right?
Oh man,
Do you think that
the music today?
No, let's talk. I'm just going to keep it on JT.
Yeah.
Do you think that if we were still in that era, like if it was still CDs, right? Do you think 500,000 people will get out of their bed and go to the store or stand online for a JT project?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think this is just my opinion. Just off of the body of work that we've seen already, people be like, no.
I don't think that's fair. I just don't think that's fair that and it's like I said, this is my opinion. I don't think that's fair that they could get some streams. I feel like it should be a little harder. Why don't they make it like you sold 500 singles on iTunes? Then you could get a gold plaque. Now,
I totally agree.
like, because now it's still available to stream, but if you have your real fans, they'll buy it.
Right. If they're really your real fans. Because you know a lot of people are like, they're cheating the system. They're running stream scams and just, there's a lot of it being exposed.
Megan Thee Stallion got caught.
She got caught.
Wow. Faking streams.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she had to stop. She had to stop her tour. Her tour tickets were $30.
What? Damn. That's crazy.
But when I try to explain to people that don't believe everything on social media.
100%.
Like, you think somebody's lit on social media, anybody could. You got a Bentley. I could take your Bentley right now. Like, yo, Jimmy, let me take this video in your Bentley. All right, bro, here.
And people
now
believe.
You think I got a Bentley.
You ain't lying. They'll be going with it.
Like, stop believing. Like,
that is facts.
Megan Thee Stallion has $30 tickets for a tour?
That's crazy. That's crazy. That is such a steal.
And now, like,
Taylor Swift, what's her tickets look like?
She's the biggest. I was just talking about her yesterday.
Good God.
We were just talking about Taylor Swift, and I want your opinion on this, right?
Do you like Taylor Swift?
No.
Me neither.
I don't know, but what I said that...
I mean, her style of music is just...
It's not for us. It's country. It's cool. What I said was that Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce. I said financially, record sales, maybe not tour, because Beyonce's tour, it didn't chart. The tour that charted was the one with Jay-Z.
Right.
But I said this on my podcast, that I said Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce, but since Beyonce's black, we could relate to her more. Right. So we're gonna put her above Taylor Swift, but in reality,
and even just talent-wise, Beyonce can sing that girl out the gym.
Right.
No, and dance her out the gym.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
Hands down, a million. You're gonna get a better show at a Beyonce concert any day, but because Taylor Swift is that, they put her on this pedestal. But
the money's she's a billionaire too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
look, how are you Beyonce and you do a country album and no one even gives you a vote? And that album was one of the best gospel country records that was released. That's crazy.
No, they don't want Beyonce in their house.
Exactly. Oh, you said it right there. Okay, as long as I heard somebody else say
it. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Listen, I keep it 100.
That's crazy. That's dope.
It's like, stay over there. Dope. Don't try, like, you're Beyonce.
And they did, and it's blatant too. It's like, get one vote. Two. You got no votes.
Yeah.
They sending the message to you.
And then people are like, oh, Beyonce got snubbed. No, she didn't. You can't try to bring your ego in somebody else's house. You cannot do that.
That's true.
It's like that's like a form of disrespect, because they look at Beyonce do all this R&B music, this amazing R&B music, and now she thinks, like, you know how they say, like, oh, you trying to swing your dick around?
Yeah.
That's what they felt she was trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you trying to come over here?
You just walk over, come in the door whenever you want.
We're supposed to just No. We got Taylor Swift. We got this person. We got that person. And this is other artist. He's a black guy.
I know you're talking about blacks. He got a couple nominations.
He did. But he's
at a point now where he's like, he's a country boy.
But he's a cow. Yeah,
yes, he's a real country boy. Yes, he is.
So
he is.
Damn, I wish I knew his name. I apologize, but
Yes.
Let me swing around real quick.
He got a big record too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That shit is. Woo.
He took the Jaquan, everybody in the club get tipsy.
What?
He did like a flip of it. 1 from the 2 to the 3 to the.
No.
He flipped that record, was performing and brought Jaquan out.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so Jaquan's
crazy.
streams went back up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Them shits is
Yeah,
gone.
but he's not gonna get paid because Jermaine Dupri already released him.
Yeah.
Those artists don't ever get paid again. Like it's over.
Damn.
Let me ask you this, right? You ever produced a record and didn't get credit for it?
Yeah, a bunch of records. I mean, a bunch of shit was done.
Can you name one that we would know that you'd be like, yo, I did that beat?
There was a record that I did with, was it Ruben Studdard?
Yo,
Ruben Studdard record.
You know a lot of Ruben Studdard, actually. I'll look him up.
Ruben Studdard. But Irvin them got, they got the credit for it. But, as far as with me, if you're gonna, some people, and you look in the credits, it'll say produced by, and then you'll see programming by, or written by, co-produced by, instruments played by.
Yeah.
Those are usually the producers that did the record.
Oh yeah, I know.
But the main, Irv Gotti, Puffy,
Wyclef does that.
Wyclef, Dr. Dre, they had those ghost producers.
Yeah, Wyclef has Jerry Wonder,
Jerry Wonder,
and Sadek.
Yes.
Sadek is my man.
That boy's dope too.
Like,
he's dope.
That's his brother, like his little brother, Sadek.
That's dope.
Like, him and Jerry Wonder, but Clef is the plug.
Yes.
So it's like produced by Wyclef, co-produced by Sadek John or Jerry Wonder.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Wyclef, because I was in the studio with him. He asked me to come to the studio with him when he was producing Teddy Riley's son.
Yeah.
So we went to Lounge Studios and we did a couple joints. He was mad cool.
I've been to the studio one time. It was years ago with Wyclef. He had called me to the studio, him and Sadek, because this was back when they had a different vision for like battle rap. Mm-hmm. They wanted the girls to do battles, and then after the battles, they wanted us to submit them to acapella, and they wanted to create beats,
a beat around
them and put them on Apple Music.
Wow.
Do shit like that. This was 10 years ago.
Before this shit really just...
Yeah, and we were like...
Damn.
Like, I was in the studio with him by myself. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up. He had a studio in Harlem on 125th. I think Just Blaze had a studio there, too. I think it's on top of Popeyes between Park and Lex. I don't know. You ever been to that studio?
Hold up. Between Park and Lex?
It was between Park and Lex.
Upstairs?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's right on top of Popeyes.
Yes, a chicken spot.
Chicken something. Yeah.
No, you're right. Damn.
Went there.
That's crazy. You been around that long?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's crazy. That's been a minute.
Yeah, so I linked him there, but I didn't understand the vision. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not gonna say I dropped the ball. I just didn't understand what he was trying to do.
I think a million people didn't understand it, and it's cool, but to know that you had the opportunity to really to grab hold. You can imagine what could have happened.
I mean, that's still big. Like, being in the studio with Wyclef.
Yeah.
Like,
who do you think Wyclef allows to be close to him in the studio?
Yeah, and it was just me and him, and it was he had his artist, JIMI Cozier.
Yeah, JIMI Cozier.
He's like a European artist, right?
Yeah, he's still big overseas.
All right, let me tell you about JIMI Cozier, right? The studio was so huge that there was a studio in the booth.
That's
like
crazy.
Like, you go into the booth, it was like for an orchestra booth, but then there was a door and a mini, like a little B room in the booth.
In the booth.
Another studio, and I remember JIMI Cozier, I didn't know who he was.
That's crazy.
And he was working on his project.
That's crazy.
With an engineer by himself. It's crazy. When I tell people that, they be like, who? I'll be like, he's like an artist from across seas.
Hell yeah.
Tell me about that studio session with Jay-Z before he left to Japan. That he was, you know how I knew that, right?
The My Way record.
That he didn't want to record the song until you got there.
The My Way record. That was dope.
Yeah.
Because at that time, I was also working on the side, hoisting milk down into like in the delis in the hood. So one day I'm down there, I'm hoisting the milk, and then I get a text. This is when the two-way pages was out.
Okay.
A lot of y'all young niggas don't know shit about that. But we had the two-way pages. So I got a page, come to the studio, Baseline Studios, SC. What the fuck is SC? So then I get a call, yo, did you get a text? I'm like, yeah, I got a text from some SC. He's like, nigga, SC, Sean Carter. And I'm like, oh. So I had to tell my boy Ro, shout out to my man Ro, I had to have him go and hoist the milk by himself for the rest of that day. I was gone. Went up to Baseline, and for a young kid to come up there, it's an experience. It's like, yo, the shit that you was doing in the basement made it to the right ears where one call can
change your life
overnight. And I'm like, I'm so crazy, I'm so green to this that when I get there, I get to the front entrance, I'm like, yo, I'm here to see Jay-Z. These niggas is looking at me like, are you crazy? Police. Big ass sumo nigga. Oh shit. Big ass sumo nigga come around the corner. He grabbed me like he ready to throw me somewhere crazy. And the person that told him nigga, yo, put me down was Hov. And that was like, wow, like that was the experience. I'm like, something you wouldn't expect. But it was real cool to meet Hov and get in the studio with him. I think today a lot of new producers, they don't really work with the artists like how we used to. Nice. Like a lot of those artists that I mentioned, I work with them. I've been in the studio with them. So passing CDs is cool, but to be able to work with them is just so much better. To be in the studio with Hov while he records, and that shit was an experience out of my mind. And literally, not long after that, you hear the record. Like, wow, this is crazy. It was, it was humbling because my goal was never to like, my goal was never really to like be the biggest producer. I just want to be my work to be heard and be respected. Like
that's your gift from God.
And if nothing else, if only I loved it. As long as I'm happy with it, I'm good. But it's a blessing extra when other people can hear the vision that you have for that beat and be like, yo, I want to make that,
And I want him here while I record it.
He had to fly out to
Japan.
Yeah, he had to go, and it's crazy because in the record he said that shit. I didn't even realize it until I heard him say, yo, they waiting for me in Japan like I'm a Beatle. And I was like, Guru, and I listened back, I said, yo, you're right. He literally had to leave that night for Japan. And that was dope because Hov didn't have to do that. He could have recorded the record and just sent it to me. Said, look, nigga,
I did this.
Be happy, you know what I mean? But for him to want me to be there was humbling. And if he wanted me to be there, why can't I work with anyone else that same way? It's better for me.
What was on them CDs that you was passing out that got to Irv Gotti's desk?
A lot of it was like, like a lot of records that I was doing over the time. Like before I was even getting records to Irv, how he found out was because in the neighborhood I was living in the basement apartment on Farmers Boulevard in Queens. And shout out to my North Side people. And I would also give beats to the local drug dealers, the niggas that was getting money out there. So they was making money, but they also loved rap. They wanted to rap. So I was passing CDs to people to the point where I didn't even know where my CDs were going. You know what I mean? And I think that's the power of just networking. And where you had to network, you had to be able to meet someone and pass a CD to them, as compared to through email or how all these social media platform apps you have now. We had to get out and literally wait at the record station and hope a nigga came down and
Pass him the CD.
Pass him the CD, give him my pitch, and hope the nigga don't frisbee it. So, which I know a lot of people frisbee it because
Bet you they regret that.
you know what's
now.
crazy? It's because when you meet them same niggas later, they be like, a lot of them, they heard the shit, but they'll throw it in the box or whatever and don't even listen back. Then, when you hear a hole on the record, then you get the email like, yo, son, you remember when you gave me that beat 6 years ago? And I'm like, nigga, I gave it to you first before I gave it to Hope. Why didn't you see the vision like he saw it? You know what I mean? And that's sometimes a lot of artists, they drop the ball when they do that. Because there's some real dope records that be potentially could fit them, and they'll pass it. Then let another nigga get on it and kill it. Then they want to be like, yo, I had that beat like 12 minutes ago, like 12 months ago. That's their brag. But it's like, that's not even really a brag, bro. You just dropped the ball. You had a chance. You know what I mean?
What's the artist that hit you up after you gave them a beat, they passed on it, then heard somebody else on it? Can you tell me one artist?
Oh, well, there's a bunch of artists that did that a lot. But I'll tell you something better. There was a record that I did with Irv and Ashanti called Turn It Up, where I did the hook on the record. I wrote the hook, and when I gave Irv the beat, a lot of times I would do hooks on the beat, only because if I made the beat, I know how I heard it, so I would do like a melody. You know what I mean? We're gonna turn it up, and then let the beat drop, make you feel so good. Something like that. And then I put it on the beat and I'll leave it alone. And Irv would get the beat, he'll take the whole thing. Like, fuck it, leave the hook on it. He'll leave my vocals on it and tell Ashanti, yo, sing that over. Sing just like that. And I'll come in and I'll listen to Upstairs singing my hook over. Like, oh shit. So now it's not just produced by me, it's also written by me. And that one record, Turn It Up, I got a call from my Uncle Chuck, he held down Dr. Dre, Eminem, Big Daddy Kane's manager. He lives in LA, but he's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I get a call, he's like, yo, guess who want that beat? And I'm thinking in my head, damn, I just gave it to Shanti and them. They recorded it, and it was Michael Jackson.
What?
And
oh my!
It was Michael Jackson, and for some reason, Irv was not trying to let go of the beat. He was not trying to get it. Like, you know, Michael Jackson at the time was paying $1 million. He was paying $1 million and $500,000 to $1 million for the beat because he was going to take the whole publishing,
everything.
But $500 to $1 million, I'll take it.
I'll take that.
I will take 3. You know what I mean? But Irv was not trying to get the beat up. Irv was like, nope, the record's gonna go for Shanti's album, which you did. But me, if I was him, I'd have took the record back. Like, yo, fuck that. Michael, you can have it. We can make 10 more of these for Shanti.
And you.
So that's one record I always regretted. Like, damn. To work with Michael.
Let me ask you this, right? You was there for the Genuine wave, right? That's the ink. Mm-hmm. What was like the aura and like the conversations like in what was the name of the studio? The Crack House?
Crack House.
What was the energy like in the Crack House once 50 came with this wave?
I mean, of course it was crazy. I mean, you know, we knew already it was some shit going on. I think that's how I got there. Because when I was in the streets, a lot of the niggas that was getting money and all of them, they were like, Irv and them would go to the hood, like, yo, who's the hottest producers out here? We need some ammo. Because Irv had a whole team of producers. They
weren't all signed to Murder Inc. though. You were signed to Murder Inc.
Yeah. And Josh's album was coming up, Shiny's album was coming up, Lloyd, they got the new kid Lloyd, R&B singer, and they was having this beef with 50 and Eminem, and it was ugly. So I walked into the shit. You know what I mean? I didn't care. I didn't give.
What? You got a lot of placements though.
Yeah, because when I went in,
you did like 10 out of.
I did a lot. I did 70% of the album coming in. When Irv signed me, he signed me to 7 records off of the Blood in My Eye album.
Okay, yeah, the EP.
EP. And Irv was like, hold up, who is this nigga? Like, I can't take 7 records. These are 7 records they had already recorded off my CD.
Oh, so he didn't even hear the ammo you had tucked.
Yo, he took all the joints off the CD, and Irv and John them recorded like 7. And like, this has to go for the album. And like, they were like, yo, who's the producer? Who is this nigga? Like, yo, Irv does not normally take records from producers that are not signed to him, to his company, Top Dog. So he was like, yo, y'all gotta find this nigga. You gotta get him, and we gotta sign him. So I got signed to the deal that way, 7 songs. So, you know, it was pretty cool because I negotiated my own deal. I got what I wanted.
You get what you negotiated.
Which was produced by me for my company and not produced by Irv Gotti. Instruments played by JIMI KendriX.
Yeah,
No,
I looked it up.
I got my leverage the way I wanted it, and I got the money. They gave me like $70,000-$80,000 a check for $70,000-$80,000 to start, and I was able to help my family from there.
I peeped all that shit. I for the past 48 hours, I had to be obsessed with you to get the
I don't know how you got all this. How you get that shit? It's not a lot of shit.
No, when I do an interview, I need to come out right because this is also my resume for the big ships. You know what I'm saying? So I had
crazy.
like it can't be what made you want to do beats. Like, no shit like that. It needs to be like more in depth. You know what I'm saying? But
yo, he did his research.
Yeah.
Some shit. He's like, I'm like, yo, how'd you know that? I'm like, what? He finishing my lines. Like, what the?
Yeah. I do that. I get obsessed with an artist, like, cause I need it to be right. You know what I'm saying?
Dope,
people
brother.
see even Hattie Raps was like, yo, you're good at this, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I was asking him
man.
shit that I had to be obsessed with him to.
That's crazy.
Get it right. How many plaques do you have, like, collectively?
I don't know. I have some in my house. I have some put in storage. Probably like 13, 14 plaques. 15 plaques. ASCAP Awards winner. There's a bunch of
Grammy
shit.
nominated.
Yeah, a bunch of that. Yeah. But that means nothing. That plaque shit is fine. All that shit to do is collect dust on walls, to be honest.
But it's still like a trophy and it's still like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess.
Tell me about producing for Tupac. Like,
well, that's
how? Like,
that was through my boy Bob at Koch. They paid a bunch of money for his royalty for his to go into a vault with all his vocals. His mom had to executive produce it, but and they asked me and my boy Jesse if we could help him produce it. So it was like that was pretty dope because Tupac was one of the artists I was like, he's dead. Like, I'm not gonna ever get to work with him. And to be able to work with him with the blessing of his mom and the label, that was pretty weird. But it was like he was there because of vocals. And then you just gotta build these beats on top of these Tupac vocals. Shit I've never heard, so it was pretty dope. I did a bunch of those records.
Tupac?
Yeah.
Which album?
It was called Evolutions.
Yeah, so many albums.
Tupac New Mix Evolutions.
Oh, that one. Okay.
New Mix.
It came out on Koch?
Yeah, on Koch.
Okay.
They paid some money for that shit. A few million. Shit. A lot of millions.
These are classic stories.
A lot of millions for that. That was dope.
Now, this is what I'm want to get to this right now. Is it true that J-Lo got mad because she wanted to sing What's Love instead of Ashanti? Is that true?
Well, I believe so, yeah. I'm just about sure that was the case, but I don't know how they worked that shit out, but I don't think Irv was trying to hear that.
J-Lo wanted that record. She wanted to sing that record with Fat Joe.
Yeah, that was a big record.
Yeah, that was
huge.
Fat Joe back.
That revived his career.
Yeah, that brought.
That was big out there, right?
Of course, yeah, that was nothing.
Yeah, oof, damn. But do you think that she would have did better?
No,
I don't think so.
Because Ashanti's the original J-Lo voice.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying, right? Like
Yes.
if you hear her voice,
She was prime.
it's- it's what J-Lo. They wanted J-Lo to sound like that sound.
She blew. Like, her first album went platinum. And
Crazy.
she went out of here. That tone was like J-Lo. It was that J-Lo sound.
She wanted that.
That was what they wanted. Like you said, wanted J-Lo to sound like this right here.
Was that originally Ja's record? What's Love?
Yes.
And they took
Ja
it
was
first.
writing for a lot of niggas that people don't know that he was writing the records for them.
Yeah.
Like, and not getting no, I mean, I'm sure he was getting credit and money.
Or he
And,
was getting a check like here.
yeah, publishing quietly, but just like 50. 50 was writing a lot of records for niggas.
Yeah.
Puff, he wrote a lot of records and people don't know it.
Yeah.
And 50 don't really care.
He said that he had wrote an album. Well, LL said that 50 wrote an album with him. He said we collaborated and wrote, which leaves me to believe that 50 wrote these new records for him, and he was rapping around the hooks and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and it probably wasn't him.
Right. He couldn't fit it couldn't fit well on him.
I like
50
his,
was
I
a
like his new
beast.
project. Mostly was produced by Q-Tip.
Yes.
New album.
Yeah, that's my God, Queens.
Shouts to
Wait,
Q-Tip.
that's a raid.
Yes, Tribe.
So y'all
He's
heard
a
that?
legend. That's another legend.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Speaking of legends, last night I went to the Blue Note,
What's that?
the legendary Blue Note, the jazz club in the city, West 3rd Street. West 3rd Street.
Does it look like a theater?
Yes, on the outside. It's a legendary theater.
I heard of it. I heard
All the famous
Yeah, who was that?
musicians, Common and Pete Rock were there.
What? There was, I seen that. I was knowing yesterday.
It
Just
was
put an album out together, right?
yes. It was so dope, and it was really dope to see them perform and hear Pete Rock play all of the hit records that he's produced for people. It was just like, yo, you did that, you produced that.
Yeah,
As a producer, I was just like, I was so excited to see how they used the producer, the role of the producer in the show to intertwine with the set. Like they had Pete Rock sample a beat and loop it, cut the record up, and then Common came and rapped on it in real time. It was on my feed. You see clips of it on my social media. So
Let me ask you
dope.
this, right? How do you? We kind of spoke about it off air, but I'm gonna ask you again. How do you juggle like being the super producer JIMI KENDRIX and fatherhood?
That shit is.
And when I say
that's-
fatherhood, I'm really talking about your little baby because you have a young baby too.
Right. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have a 2-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Cody.
Beautiful. God bless.
That's my heart right there. But I have a 20-year-old son and I have a 15-year-old son. So really, when I was really grinding early and really hard with the Murder Inc. and all these records, my oldest son, I didn't really get a chance to really spend a lot of time with him because I was in the studio a lot, making sure, music, money was good, family was good. So he saw a lot of that. But there were also times where I was not there to, always be up under him every moment of the day. I think there's a lot of stories where artists and producers can relate to that, where you want to go hard at what you do, you love what you do, but you love your family just as much. And that's where balance becomes tough. Relationships, especially if she or he does not understand how time is priceless, or how much time is put into what we do. Come on.
Yeah.
It's take time. Because there's people that right now would love that time right here with you. You know what I mean? But you have to put that time into your craft. And before, it was tough. But now with the younger one, I'm learning how to kind of balance both a little better. When I go home, it's just home with her. And when I'm away, it's Jimmy. But I try not to intertwine them. But
You leave Jimmy at the door when you walk in the house.
like your shoes, like my shoes.
Yeah.
I just kind of leave it there and put my time into my dad, being the dad. So, and now my kids are older, so I'm able to talk with them as young men,
Absolutely.
And they know social media, so they see what their dad does. They see, before they never really see, they just saw the rewards of it. They never saw what I did. Now they can actually see
it.
And like now, one of my sons was like, "Your dad, I want to make beats," and I'm like, go ahead, do good in school, and it's because I just want to see how much he really wants to do it. With me, there was nothing that could really stop me from doing what I love. The minute I knew I wasn't going to the military, because I was really supposed to go to the Marines, and funny story, my mom made a big scene when they went to come get me to the Marines. My mom fell out in the yard, screaming and kicking, and I had already went to
boot camp.
Yeah, I had already did all that shit. So they were coming to get me to go, and my mom made a whole scene. The people had to turn around. They left me. I didn't even get to go. And then I tried again with the Navy, and my mom was once again. She was like, "No, they're gonna kill you." You know how moms think. They always think the worst. Me, I'm thinking free college. I'm gonna be a captain. I'm gonna have 2 cars. I'm gonna be in China here. This is where I'm thinking already. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
But it was also a blessing because at that time, had she not stopped me, I would never have been doing. I wouldn't have really been introduced really heavily to producing like the music world.
So shouts to your mom.
So it was actually a blessing for her.
Blessing, man.
It was a blessing that she kept me here. So everything happens for a reason.
Jimmy, thank you for pulling up. I love you. You're a good person, man. And
yes, sir.
Thank you. Like, thank you for coming through today. Like, this was a breath of fresh air. And people, my listeners, they needed to hear this.
Yes, sir.
They needed to know, yo, thank you.
We regular people, man. We regular people out here. Even better, I would put y'all on to something that probably no one is gonna ever know until probably next week. But I'm getting married tomorrow.
Wow!
So
Congratulations.
we're gonna pop a little of this and drink a little bit, and I'm getting married. So
wow! Congratulations.
Yeah. Big shout out to my peoples out here. Yes. My lady's a good girl. 6 years, and she young. She young like like your lady, but she get the vision and she know already who I am. So.
Absolutely.
She's doing good in her field. She's a school principal, so
absolutely.
She educates our kids. I used to be a teacher for 10 years in high school. Yes. So, and I coach basketball. We won city champ. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Because sports is a whole other world that,
Ladies and gentlemen, Grind Season Radio, Jimmy Kendrick.
Grind Season, let's get it.